currently about to go live on YouTube. I'm going to actually cancel me while I do this tech. I'm going to put you up on the screen.
Okay.
You're welcome to say hello and let us know all about you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Mika, the Traveling Tarot, and I am so excited to be here for my very first Clarity Circle. The aim is to bring you guys weekly clarity and answer any questions that you may have, and kind of go as in depth as you maybe need to get the right direction for progress. A little bit about me. I have been in the entire sort of spiritual realm for over 14 years. I started out kind of just trying to figure out how to use this in my own life. And I was raised devout Christian. And so after kind of going through one of the darkest periods of my life, I found tarot and, I got a reading and I listened to some readings after that reading and was completely blown away that they were saying the same thing. And so, one thing led to another. Even through this dark period of my life, I was learning tarot and it was helping me. And I was thinking, man, I really want to use this to help others. And so the Traveling Tarot was born because I have this insatiable wanderlust to travel all the time. So, whether it be in thought or physically. But yeah, it really helped me out of this dark period of my life. And I thought, and still feel, how can I give this to others? So my job as a tarot reader is to tell you why these cards showed up. And that's one of my favorite things to make very clear, because readers are very different. Some people are expecting prediction. And what I'm doing is I'm telling you where your energy is, what the challenge might be, and the advice and how you can move forward. And so in that respect, I can give you a prediction depending on whether or not you take the advice that you receive. Now, the more direct the question, is there? Oh, there you go. Are we having anybody? Oh. Now, the more the direct the question, the more direct the answer. So you might just ask for something general and you'll get general answers. But if I get, a direct question or direct zodiac sign, then I can really pull in the energy of that question and understand how you truly feel about it currently so that we can see how you can move forward with clarity. Oh, I didn't know if you jumped back on to say something.
Oh, I've jumped back on because
Okay.
we are live now. I've finished with
Okay.
tech stuff. I am so very, very excited about this.
Yeah.
This is our first reading with you. And I just want to, first of all, just take a moment, Mika, just to honor you, to really honor you and to thank you for coming in and sharing the gifts, your gifts. And I'm just saying, we do have some people watching, which is great. And for anyone who is watching, please just pop your name in the comments and let Mika know that you're there. And if you have any questions or or if you'd like a general reading,
Right. Yeah.
pop it in the comments. Now, cannot, because I'm excited. I would love to start while we are waiting for people to put their things in the comments. May I have a general reading, Mika? I've got so many questions, but right now I've got no idea what they are. That will come over time, but can we just start off? I'd love to just have a general reading.
Absolutely. Sure. And what I'd love to start with for those general readings is an overarching energy. So I'm just going to pull something from the Dreamscape Astro Oracle deck and kind of tells you what energy might be currently active for you. So let's see what Spirit says. Okay, so it looks like we got retrograde showing up, and it looks like you're in a period of refining things. It says you're redoing some things and you're reflecting. So, and it also is encouraging you with this energy of take a good look around. It says take a good look around, be mindful of not only your environment, but as you're refining things, what really does need to stay and what really does need to go. And they say you're in that stage of redoing something or again refining something in your life. It feels like it could be work related, but of course your situation a lot more clearly than that. So let's go ahead and go a little bit deeper with the tarot to find out exactly what else they might want you to know. And I'm going to just drop it down so that you can actually see the spread here. Okay. I love the Light Seers deck. They're such a beautiful energy. So it's one of my favorite tarot decks to actually go to. And so tell me more about Sophia's, her retrograde period is what they're actually saying right now, just because you're in this period of reflecting on something. And that's just so that you can fine tune it and so that it can move forward much more smoothly. Now, what does show up is this nine of swords, which could mean that it's something that's weighing a little bit heavy on your heart, but it is because it is the end of something and it's coming back around into something. This is the reason why you're in that fine-tuning period. So this could indicate right now with this nine of swords that it's something that it's just heavy on your mind. It's probably constantly on your mind. But this is why we would get the third house showing up, confirming for you to just
I
take a good look around, take stock. And
yeah,
I'm
can
sorry.
I don't know with the way that you're showing them, which is really good. Are they mirrored? Can you flip the view? Because I know on Zoom, if you mirror it, it turns
Oh, is it coming up?
because it's coming back. It's coming up backwards.
Up? Oh, I gotcha.
I don't know if you can do that.
I might be able to, but I feel like I don't want to ruin the stream trying to figure it out. So I'll just keep it up
Yeah,
here.
that's fine.
I'll just keep it up here and then just show you the cards. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. But I'll work it out for the next one, guys, because it is one of my favorite little things. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whatever this is, obviously is something that's definitely on your mind, but they do want you to know that you are in a rebirth period. Okay. And this is the reason why whatever this is does have to end in order to allow in whatever this is that you're refining and you're aware of it. Okay. Because they say that the current energy right now is that you're reflecting, you're in a retrograde period, you're looking at things and you're seeing what needs to stay and what needs to go. And that's why you got the take a good look around card, because they also do want you to maybe not be so lost in this nine of swords energy that you lose sight of what beauty is really happening for you and what's really happening, even if it feels like crap, honestly, is what they're really saying. They're saying even though it's something that might feel like it's horrible in this moment, they want you to know it's because it's got to end. And that's how it's almost like a tower moment, how it's got to end so that the beauty of the rebirth can happen. Okay, let me pull some more cards here for you. What's your zodiac, Sophia?
I'm a Libra.
I love this. Oh, okay. Okay, that's perfect actually, because look at this. Once you do this and get very, very clear, you have a victory. You have a win coming in big time. And this is confirmed with the two of wands. This is that planning that you're looking to do, and you're looking to see how you can move forward. They're saying with more ease and more freely, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any challenges. I mean, obviously that anxiety is obviously a challenge, but let's see as this week moves forward, what type of things might pop up, or if there's any advice they can give on how to actually move through this. But they're saying with this take a good look around card as well, this third house, it's also about, like I say, gratitude for what is actually happening, even if it doesn't feel that great in the moment. What does Steve want her to know about this situation? Now there is going to be an opportunity though for you. You're you're being invited. You're going to be invited to something that is actually going to be very, very emotionally fulfilling. This is also an ask for you to follow your heart. And again, this falls right in with this gratitude card. Follow your heart. Let that be the lead as you're doing this reflective period. Sometimes we can get so caught up in our heads and everything that we have to do, and that's confirmed with the hermit that we can kind of lose sight of the why we started what we started. And so they're just saying, take this back to basics right now, take a good look around, realize what's not serving you. And I can tell you right now, it's definitely going to be these anxious thoughts or these worries that you have about this situation. But as soon as you let that go, you get the win. You get the win, you get the guidance that you've been seeking, and then you're able to actually move forward with clarity. So let me see what else they might want you to know. I'm gonna pull one of these. I have this Oracle deck called I Came to Win that I just dropped them. And I love these because they will give you an empowering way to actually move forward. Because yeah, the advice right now is trust what you're receiving, not just your intuition, but your like what makes your heart sing. And so that's going to be the easiest way for you to know exactly what to trim and what to actually lean into. And this is why I love tarot, because we had the death card, and this is about your rebirth. You're in that process right now. And so it can definitely cause some form of anxiety. But look at this. We also have the Queen of Fire. Your confidence is coming back. This would be the Six of Wands energy. As soon as you kind of lean more into the rebirth and try not to lead with this, and lean more into this. And that they're just saying it's not that you're not doing that, but it's like kind of remembering why you started whatever it is you're doubting right now. Remembering, like, strip away all of the things that go along with it and just remember what it is what it made you feel like to be doing this thing. And for instance, they're even telling me I've been kind of struggling musically in that same way. And I literally today just kind of did this very thing, remembered that, hey, I started doing this because I love it. And so I sat down and actually started playing again. And that's what they're saying. Just strip away all of the stuff that it needs to be, or you have to have it turn into, or that it's even been, and just remember why you came. And so I hope that that helps in some way, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, or if you want to give me another layer of it, you never have to go into your story. It's more about the energy. So, whatever they're saying is what I can give. And there is some anxiety around this in some way.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. No, I also
Yeah, I hope that was helpful.
that was very, very helpful, and I'm going to come back and listen to this again because of course I'm still looking at everything, and I want to come back and listen to it when my mind is not so scattered.
Absolutely not.
Gone into different places. So that's the thing, which reminds me, I should be looking on. Just give me 1 second, and I will share the YouTube channel as well. Now what I'd love to know, no, not what I would love to know. So thank you, but we do have people. There you go. Let me just stop that. We do have someone who has popped in and asked. So we have Mary who is watching. I think Mary's with us. I think.
Hi, Mary.
Mary would love to have a reading in regard to her health. Is there anything? Well, she's saying, is there anything I need to focus on?
Right, Mary, and welcome. And I'm sending you so much love. I'm thanking you so much for being here. Let me go ahead and just tune into your energy and see what information. I'm going to use the Angel Answer Oracle cards to get an overarching energy, and then we'll jump a little bit deeper with the tarot. Okay. Mary to know. And I'm actually seeing the recovery card in here, so it is some form of healing. So let's see if that's the card that you give me. Okay, it's similar energy here. So we got whatever you're worried about, or whatever you've been worried about, you're in that recovery stage. You're saying the situation is improving, and sometimes when you're in the stage, it may not seem like it. So if you can zoom out a little bit, and kind of similar to what Sophia got, just take a look around and kind of give gratitude for what's actually happening, then you will see that the situation is actually improving. And then it does come with forgiveness at the bottom of the deck. Now, that could be within yourself. There could be something that you're holding on to, or even the fear that something might be wrong that will eventually manifest. But I'm not seeing that there's anything to worry about. I think if anything you've been worried about with the energy that I'm getting here with the forgiveness and the situation is improving, is you're recovering from that or healing from that. And this could be physical, this could be emotional because it stems from emotional. So let me pull a couple of tarot cards and see what else they want us to know about this situation. What do you want Mary to know? Okay, we do have the Justice card coming in, and this is about something being restored or balance being restored. And I think it's as you continue to forgive yourself, forgive others. I mean, there's a lot of things that come under the moniker of forgiveness, and so they can all manifest in physical ways. They're saying as you continue to work towards removing or forgiving yourself first and forgiving anything else that feels like it needs forgiving, you're now restoring that balance. Okay. And I love this that showed up with the Seven of Wands, because the Seven of Wands is all about you still being in your power, even in the face of adversity here. This is you holding to that vision of health, that vision of strength, that vision of courage, that vision of abundance. Whatever that thing is, you place it in there, and you continue to forgive yourself for knowing and doing it anyway. You continue forgiving yourself for getting upset about it, whatever. Forgive yourself, and then the situation not just energetically improves, but it starts to improve your physical world around you immediately, as a matter of fact, because your proof is you feeling better. So the cool thing about it is that you're on the comeback trail, because they are saying that balance is being restored here. And for you to just hold on to that vision of health, that vision of wholeness, because that's the other thing that sevens represent, even in the Bible, they represent wholeness. Uh, God created the whole earth in 7 days, so it's about being whole and complete. So if you can kind of lean more into that you're whole, then you will start to really see the situation improve. What else do you want Mary to know about this? And then the other thing I can see is there's not anything, unless this is the next card, hopefully it's not, but there's not much anxiety around here, around this. This feels like you just kind of wanting to stay abreast of what's going on, and that's actually a fine place to be. You start to feel like it becoming something you're worried about or obsessing about, just zoom out and start to, again, same with Sophia's reading, take a look around. Everything is in perfect harmony if you turn off the TV, or if you just kind of zoom out and really look at what's really happening around us, including our bodies. I love this that it shows up with the Hierophant. This is all about health and faith, and you're actually getting some major arcana cards. So they're definitely saying here that this is going to be a big improvement. This is like major arcanas typically represent major transitions or major transformations or major spiritual things happening. So this is absolutely about this forgiveness that they're talking about here. Okay, this is absolutely about that, because not only is the Hierophant is my faith card for sure, but in this specific deck, you almost got to laugh at how ridiculous things are. And so I love this guy because he says, just try to be more playful, try to be more joyful. And again, take a look around and see what's really going on, and don't accept what's being handed to you. And that shows up with the Four of Wands, which confirms that celebration, that playfulness, that solid foundation. They want you to know that your body is solid. Your body can heal itself. And it definitely starts with you forgiving yourself and others, and forgiving the energy, just forgiving anything that feels heavy. Because that's the one thing that I am receiving from them, is that there's this heaviness that, you're not anxious about it, but there's this heaviness that you might you might feel may turn into something. And all they're saying is just be a little more playful, be a little more joyful. Fours are all about solid foundation. And again, this is Wands energy, which is all about fun and joy and confidence returning and things like that. So I'm going to get you an advice card from Spirit, and then I will also pull it. And I came to an oracle card for you, so that we can send you off kind of feeling more empowered. But they want you to know that whatever it is that is on your mind, it's improving. And so try to lean into that fact more than whatever you might see, because man, sometimes what you see can really have you thinking some crazy stuff. And eventually you start to take it on as an identity, and that's what you don't want. You start making choices from there, and that's the goal there. So let's see. I love it. And guess what? You got another 7. This is the Chariot card. And you got another major arcana. You've got some really beautiful transformations happening right now. So just lean into the fact that whatever you're holding on to is irrelevant. This is all about energy. We are getting exactly what we think, period. Doesn't matter what else. And so if you can clear that up, then your physical body will follow for sure. And that is confirmed with the King of Swords, who's all about clarity, who's all about standing in his truth, who's all about taking that sword, and anything that is not bringing clarity gets removed immediately. And so that's what they're asking you to do, is just lean into that forgiveness, and you'll feel more free. And you got some pretty amazing cards here, with all major arcanas and the king going ahead, and basically spiritual mic drop is what I like to call it, because it's all about your clarity, and it improves everything around you, especially your physical body. Spirituality is a very physical thing. And so I hope that did help you, Mary, and I hope that answered your question. But you are on the right track, sweetheart, especially with the Chariot showing up. That's all about momentum. That's all about moving forward, and that's all about victory. So just keep on keeping on. I think you're muted. I think you're muted.
Self again. Thank you for letting me know that's muted. And I was just going to say thank you for that, Mika. And let's see if Mary has any questions or thoughts, because it always takes a couple of moments for those comments to come through, if she has anything else that she'd like to say.
Okay, cool. And I'll pull actually one of these cards, these empowerment cards, for her too, while she's
okay.
Just send her off with something to make her feel, like she's the queen that she is. The alchemist. This is exactly the magician energy. It's exactly what we were saying. You're in the process of setting yourself free. I love that so much. You guys are so cool, man. If you release what binds you, which is that forgiveness card, you're the channel. You are now channeling pure, clear energy, and your situation, physical, financial, relationship wise, it doesn't matter. It improves just as soon as you improve the energy around it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And did she have anything else that she wanted to know? Because I can pull her a couple more cards if she'd like.
Let's have a quick look. We do have someone else on as well.
Oh, okay. Sure.
But let's just have a quick look. I'll just refresh. Okay, so Mary says, thank you for my reading. It has helped tremendously.
Oh, thank you. That's so beautiful. That means so much to me.
Tremendously. I have fun with words sometimes. They don't. Okay, we also have Christine, and thank you, Mary. And come back next week if you have anything else, pop them in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, click on the links that I have put all of Mika's links in if you wish to book. Now, you offer one-on-one readings, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah. And then I actually have a podcast that I do every other on YouTube every other Sunday, where they can also ask questions as well if they tune in. And I just ask for an energy exchange of a like, a share, or subscribe. But usually you can get your question answered there sometimes too.
Yeah, all right. So the links are all below, and if you want any more information, just reach out or pop them in the chat. Now, Christine Peters has come
Okay.
saying, I've just come onto this site and seen this. Am I able to have a reading, please? Also,
Absolutely. Yes. Hello there, sweetheart. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. What question is on your mind? How can I help? We're just looking for some general guidance.
okay, let's have a look. I don't know. So, Christine, if you have any questions in particular, or if you just like a general
Okay.
read.
Okay, I can certainly do. Yeah.
And also Lucia is also watching. Lucia, if you would like any, so first of all, welcome. Lucia's been with us a little while. If you want any questions asked, answered, any guidance, pop them in the comments. You're more than welcome to. Now, and Christine, let us know if you'd like just a general reading, or if you have any specific questions. And while we're waiting, Mika, do you want to tell us a little bit more about yourself? What do you get out of during these readings for people? And what do you get out of tarot and oracle for yourself? How has it helped you in your life?
Oh man, it changed my whole life. As I started to say in my intro, is that I was raised devout Christian, and so all of this was kind of a stigma for me. But then someone gave me a reading in a studio session, and I go, a week later, and I watch one on YouTube, and I'm like, hey, they're saying the same thing. And so I was like, okay, let me watch more. And then I instantly became obsessed because I felt like I was being heard. I felt like I was being answered. And so that gave me this drive to learn. And so I'm taking courses, I'm reading the little books and everything like that. And then I finally came across a course that helped me understand the reason why I wasn't, because tarot is more about your intuition. And so when I started to read intuitively, I started to hear what the cards were saying instead of trying to scan my brain for where I might remember what that keyword is for that meaning to that card. And so when that opened up my whole world, because now I can hear what spirit is saying in regards to your question and why this card is showing up. And so yeah, I started my channel during kind of one of the darkest periods of my life, and it was because of that I was able to get out of it clearly. I just feel like tarot is such a wonderful tool, and unfortunately, hopefully, not nowadays we're in a more of an awakening about it, but it's misunderstood because even when I talk to some readers, they say they have a dark experience with it, and I've never had that because I'm open to the information it's giving me. So if a tower shows up or if a devil shows up, I don't take that as anything but, wow, okay, this is why it's showing up, especially in this spread, especially in this position. And so it's really about how you, if you're open to receiving the information that's being given to you, honestly. And you most of the time know by that nudge you get when you see a card or you hear an interpretation, or even if you're watching a reading or and someone else gets it and it's like, oh wow, that kind of lit up for me. That is your intuition saying, hey, listen in. We got something for you here, right? And in that respect, if you're open to taking the advice, you will see the progress. It does, some things you have a lot of momentum on, and it might take a little longer here and there, but just know that you are moving forward. And the more you seek clarity, the more you find it, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's just it's a process, and it's also trusting that just a trusting that everything is happening for the right reason, and that you are on the right track, and that you're receiving
Yes.
guidance for that. Love it. All
So
right, so
true.
Christine has put in that she's just like a general reading.
Okay.
No, there's no specific questions about that. That's all we can do. It's just a general reading.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull a couple of soul trees, and then we'll see exactly where the current energy is for Christine, and then we'll see how to move forward and what else is going on with the tarot. I want Christine to know about current energy. All right, my dogs, if you guys are hearing them, they go a little crazy sometimes. Okay, so we have perception showing up and we have authenticity. And so I feel like right now you're seeing something about yourself that you're hoping is authentic, but you might not be seeing the clearer picture. Let me just see what else they want me to know about this. Okay, we have self-care showing up there. Yeah, I feel like you're asking for something authentic, and maybe your perception is what's keeping you from seeing something clearly. What else do you want her to know about this? Okay, we do have the nine energy. Yeah, and it shows up with the two of pentacles. We have the nine of wands showing up, showing that like you're seeing yourself in some way. It feels very much like survival mode or something, and maybe you are feeling a bit worn out from it because you're trying to balance something. But what it is your perception of it that is making it feel a lot more confusing than it is. Let me see what else they want us to know about this. Why did authenticity show up? I feel like you're definitely seeking authenticity right now, and you might be at the end of your rope with something because either you're being perceived in a certain way or you're perceiving something in a way that is making you feel like it's inauthentic. We have the star showing up, which is all about we have the star showing up, the two of cups, and we have that showing up with the six of cups. The six of cups can definitely represent that there's some type of idea of yourself in the past. And this is why I feel like survival mode, or you've been having to struggle to get to something. But they're saying right now, if you are able to shift your perception there and stay hopeful, then you will receive that alignment, because the two of cups does represent like balanced partnership, but in a reading about you, it's typically about you and your inner being, or you and your inner self. And so you're seeking some type of real connection or some real type of authentic connection here, but your perception is keeping you from seeing it clearly. Another card and see, and then we did get the chariot here as well, which also can be that wholeness that we were talking about. It is about you've got momentum going in a direction here about something that you're perceiving to be a lot harder, or not as authentic as it's presenting to be. You're perceiving it as inauthentic. Give me another card here about this. What else do you want? Oh, I love that so much. Okay, yeah, and this also does kind of confirm that you have been feeling a bit, again, survival mode is the word they keep saying, but you have been feeling a bit out of it, but they want you to know that things are also about to balance out. The six of pentacles represents ebbing and flowing. And so in this respect, you are about to receive something that is going to make things feel a little bit more even keeled. Again, maybe something is gonna shift in a way where you're gonna feel like you're receiving something more authentically. But this also comes with that Page of Swords, which is definitely about what I was just saying, receiving something that you're gonna be able to see a little bit clearly. And it's gonna put you in alignment and get you out of whatever this past energy of that might even have you feeling a bit exhausted right now, is what they're definitely saying. But it's all about how you're perceiving this. Okay, so we do have perception, we have authenticity showing up, and we have here with the page that you're going to be receiving something here that's going to bring things into a lot more clearer place. And the one thing that I love about the Page of Swords is that he uses the past to move forward, which is why he's looking this way. And yeah, he's looking there to know exactly, get clear on what that is so that he can move forward. So his sword of truth is pointing in the direction of forward, but he's only looking there long enough to get the clarity that he needs so that he can actually receive and move forward. And the other thing is you did get 2 6s. Sixes are definitely about relief and motion forward. So right now, your only work is to look at something a little bit differently and try to receive the clarity that you need and maybe not try to force it, because that could also be what this 9 of Wands energy is. And stay hopeful, because the star, one of my favorite cards in the tarot, if not my favorite card, is because it also represents the guidance. It represents hope. It represents balancing out that spirituality and practicality, but receiving away, because that's exactly what the star represents, is that guidance. So right now, I would say spend time just working on how you're looking at this thing that's on your mind, and you know exactly what it is, because as soon as I said that, it's the thing that popped in your head. That's the thing it is. So once you see that, take a clear look at it and see what you can receive on it, and see if there's something that you're looking at there or perceiving a certain way that you could bring some clarity to, because that's going to help you move forward, actually. And that could be the one little piece that might be keeping you from feeling like you're moving forward clearly. Because you did get 2 6s, so there is some motion going on there. That's moving from challenge to relief, basically. So I hope oh yeah, I hope that did help there, Christine. I'm sorry, I think that was your name. I apologize if I messed that. And I hope that does make some sense, but it looks like your only work right now is to look at something, whatever that thing is that you just felt, look at it differently. Just try and see it from a different perspective. And then you might be able to find the authenticity within that that's going to help you move forward.
Good, thank you. And yes, Christine, let us know if you have any comments, any other questions. Thank you for that. While we're waiting for that, Alicia has come on, which is great to see. I haven't seen Alicia for a little while, which is really great. And saying a general would be great. Thank you, Mika.
Okay, perfect.
I'm also asking for a general reading, thanks.
All right, let's go ahead and pull a couple of Moonology messages and see where we can start with the starting energy. But they do want me to draw out that whatever it is you're going through right now, you're protected. So you can take that leap, you can make that decision, you can move forward and not have to worry about things falling apart. And we'll see why they wanted me to say that right now. Let's see. Oh, I get a little unruly when I'm shuffling sometimes, guys. Okay. What do you want to listen to now? That the current energy, or even an area of focus. Oh, that's so beautiful. You got love. Okay. And you also show up with take the lead. So, like I was saying about that protection, whatever this is, follow your heart. It's going to work out for you here. They want you to take the lead in some type of situation. You're being called to some form of leadership. And it has to do with something that you've either been working on, or either a project or something that really matters to you. Okay. And when I pull that up, it says watch for signs, because of course, like I had just said with my whole tangent about the star, you're being guided for sure. Okay. But you're also being asked to take that leap. So let's see what they mean by that exactly. And then we have the King of Wands showing up as soon as I pick this up. He's all about leadership. He's all about being called to being moved forward. He's all about mastery. He's all about reclaiming your power, basically. But from a place of love, because he can also be well, the knight can be a little reckless in that king energy. The King of Wands energy can also be a bit boisterous. So you want to also soften it a little bit with love. The sun. Yeah, this is a very positive move for you. You literally got love and the sun. The sun is one of the most positive cards in the tarot. Something here that maybe you need to make a decision on. Okay, and it shows up with the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is definitely something new for you, but they do want you to be open to this because the page, he's open to learning, he's taking his time, even though he's taking the lead. Maybe there's a mentor or something that can guide you along the way, but it's a very positive move for you, and it is going to turn out really, really, really well. And they're saying with the sun, some type of recognition is going to come along with this motion forward. So be ready. You're going to be recognized for something that you're taking the lead on. It feels like some type of a project, maybe work or something like that. But they also want you to be open to learning, or also open to how things go. The one thing I've learned through all of this is that the vision doesn't have to change, but you better be ready to change the path often. So that's the one thing that with the page, we want to always be open to how things can come about, or how to move forward, or okay, well, I thought it was going to be this way, but it's really this way. All right, let's go. It's still going to take me to the vision. Okay. And I love that the sun came out, and I love that love showed up, because this is a very positive week for you. And this could be something that you may not be aware of. Like I said, it might have to do with work, because um um because they're saying something like maybe you're not aware of this, like your bosses or something are going to call you to do something, or give you some type of responsibility that's going to either put you in the spotlight, help you be seen a lot more. Yes, it might be more responsibility, but it's definitely an upgrade to whatever it is you're doing right now with the sun and love. And again, this card also represents abundance in its own way, but it also represents innocence. It definitely represents the past, which is why I say innocence. It could be something here that you used to really love doing, that you might want to look into or lean into or take the lead on, or become an entrepreneur, or just maybe take a few steps into it to see, because you're in an incredibly fertile period. The Empress not only represents fertility, she represents love. She's ruled by Venus. You are surrounded by a very magnetic energy right now, okay? And if this is not about work, they're saying take the lead in your life right now. You're in a very fertile period where what you say, you're in almost a speak and see energy, is what I like to call it, where you say it and it's going to be manifesting here right around here. So you want to stay in this positive energy, kind of lean into innocence, or maybe even look into something you used to love to do, because you're in a very incredibly fertile period right now with what you're asking for, what you're trying to build. Let me get one more card for you, but man, this is one heck of a reading. You've got some magic energy around you right now. And they're saying if it doesn't feel like that right now, much like I told Sophia, you've got to sort of zoom out and just sort of look at where the love is, instead of focusing on where it might not feel like it is right now. And you'll be able to tap into the energy. In fact, gratitude and appreciation are the fastest ways to get into love and positive energy, and to get out of a spiral, believe it or not. So what else do you want Alyssa to know about this magical week that you are having or about to have? Spiritual mic drop, the Nine of Pentacles. I told you, this is you stepping into your power. This is you literally, your speak and see energy. I mean, wow. This is an amazing reading. Seriously, you got the sun. No, excuse me. You got love first. You got take the lead. You got the sun. You got the Nine of Pentacles, which means you're stepping back into your power. You're feeling confident. You're feeling self-sufficient. And if you're not, they're saying lean into this more, because you're in a very, very magnetic period. And that's why I say if you're not, because we do have the Four of Cups showing up, which means you could feel maybe not as magnetic as this reading is saying, but also in this card, this is the magic right here. But look, she's not looking where the magic is. And that's what I was saying about look where it is instead of where it isn't. And they made me do that because here's the Ace of Wands, which is all about spark coming back, which is all about new inspiration. Yeah, you're being asked to take the lead on something in your life, take control over whatever you think might be holding you back, because you are in an incredibly fertile period right now, Lisa. Seriously, like, wow. So I hope it feels that way. In fact, I'm gonna pull you an I came to win card because, like I said, you are definitely. Oh, okay. Ah, I dropped a whole bunch of them. You're definitely in an amazing period right now. Sorry about that, guys. You're definitely in an amazing period. So let's see how you can move forward boldly with as much fire as this reading suggests. I love that. Follow the whispers, those nudges, they lead to destiny, and literally take the lead. Yeah, watch for signs also showed up too. And I love this too, as again, just to close up your reading there. Each day is a new beginning with the rising sun. You literally got the sun. So if you are not feeling as magical as this reading suggests, tap into the sun. Go out in nature and just remember how beautiful things are, and you'll be able to start to hear these whispers a lot more clearly. And the only reason why I say that too is because the Seven of Cups can sometimes represent a little bit of confusion, and that did fall. So I like to also recognize that. They just want you to know that each day is a new beginning. You can start that slate every single day, and those whispers never stop. We just get confused because we start to look away. Focus on where the love and the fun and the joy is, and you will see nothing but that. And that's a promise that we were given for sure. So I hope that that helped. But wow, this was a magnificent reading. It literally gave me goosebumps. I love it when they do that.
Good. Yeah, it was. Even I could feel the energy, and it'd been good. Well, hopefully, Alicia is feeling the energy of that, the power of that. So, Alicia, if you have any other thoughts on this camera here, any other questions, please pop them in the comments. Now, this has been amazing, Mika. Thank you, especially for your first one, which is really, really good.
Thank
As
you.
we're wrapping up, we don't have anyone else who's commenting yet.
Okay.
I don't know. Would you like to finish off with a general reading, or do you want to for
Sure.
a collective reading, a reading for the collective, or do you just want to leave it there? And for anyone who is watching the live, we will be back same time next week.
Yeah.
Is 9 a.m. Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. Thursday,
Oh,
Australian
wow.
time, Sydney time. And what time is it for you? It's 4.
Yeah, it's about 4:48.
4 p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific time on Wednesdays. I get totally by time
Oh
zone.
man, especially the Australian time zone, it throws me completely off.
They're in
Thank
your
God for
future.
Google.
Uh, they're in your future. But anyway, so do you have time just for a general reading for the collective?
Sure. Yeah, you know what I would love to do is just pull an area of focus for this coming week, any possible challenges for anybody that does watch this, and some advice on how you can move forward and make the most progress. Okay.
That'd be
I'll
good.
just start with just the tarot. Sure. Okay. Use an area of focus for this coming week. Who is the person watching this video? Need to focus on most reasons. Clarity for sure. And there's that tower information card that I've been talking about kind of this whole time. But also this, they want you to know there's some revelations coming in. Okay, so if don't force clarity, try to find clarity, but if you don't, the tower typically lets you know that something's going to be coming through to bring forth that clarity as well. And it's going to be in regards to a strategy, because yes, the Seven of Swords can represent, deception and sneakiness, but it also represents stealth. It's moving in silence, and it's receiving the strategy out of this confusion of the swords energy. It's kind of a rough energy, actually. But they do want, for the area of focus with the tower, is just focused on clarity, being as clear as you can, because that's going to give you access to the information you're receiving to move forward. Okay, and let's see if there's going to be any possible challenges coming up there. And again, I always say never really be afraid of the tower, even if it shows up, because you're asking for clarity. And if the tower is showing up, it's because you're either ignoring something or something's got to change and the energy needs to be shaken up. So it's thank you, Spirit, for that tower moment. But you still are in a place of gratitude because it does help you move forward for sure. But things will change, things will get shaken up because of the clarity. But let's see what the challenge could be here. And this night is all about following your heart. He's all about kind of just like moving forward in a way that's more fulfilling, and maybe trying to find that clarity moving forward from a place of emotional fulfillment could possibly be a challenge, because you're still getting clarity. So the Queen of Wands represents that confidence, and so you might not feel that confident yet in what you're receiving, because this week is all about you focusing on getting that clarity. Okay, so just be really gentle with yourself. They're saying right now, any cards that show up in the challenge, if you follow the advice, will very much turn in the upright, or come out of the challenge position, and then you will be able to find a more fulfilling path forward. But right now, the clarity can be the tough part, because again, with the tower, it can sting a little bit, because clarity can sting, but you do have to do this honestly from a place of truth, so that you can move with your heart and move, from a place of your being. So let's see how you can move forward here, what advice Spirit has for you. This card in the advice typically represents keep going, okay, and not in an obsessive way. Obviously, you're a little bit worn out. This is also a wounded warrior card, like you feel like maybe you have been moving forward with clarity, but they're saying continue to do that. You're almost there, even during the times that you might not be feeling emotionally okay. If you continue to move forward, you're going to be able to work through that, and the clarity will come. Okay, and I love that they showed that with the Four of Swords. This is fresh off of that pain energy of the Three of Swords. All they're asking you to do now is surrender, and the Four of Swords is all about receiving that information. And in the Rider-Waite deck, it's hanging those three sad swords on the wall and laying on the sword of truth, receiving that information. And that's all they're really asking you to do here. Continue to be open to the revelations. That's your area of focus. Receive the clarity, try to understand it, and try not to resist it. And then, even though you might not feel emotionally fulfilled by the clarity, that does happen. Let's just be honest. Sometimes the truth hurts sometimes, but it only hurts because we're resisting being able to move forward from it. So once we do that, we're now following our heart. Just keep going, and the answers are going to come, because the answers do lie within. And that's also what that Four of Swords represents. Okay, so I'm going to send you guys off with a self-care card and also an empowerment card for the week. Just be open to the clarity right now. We are all, in one way or another, being asked to trust. And I don't care what you're focused on, you need to find faith in whatever it is. And so just be open to the clarity and the things that are showing up, because it is for your highest good. I love that. And that's the perfect card to show up with the tower as the area of focus. And then we have rebirth, which I think Sophia got as well in her reading, out of the ashes. These are the perfect cards to get with the tower. It literally says, through the fire, reborn from the storm. There's lightning and a storm on this card. So the clarity is helping. And even though it might not feel so great emotionally, it'll come. It'll come, but you do have to move through that first queen, which is the Queen of Swords. Get that clarity before you can move forward emotionally. Okay, I'm going to send you off with one self-care card because I'm not sure how much time we have left. But when I pick this up, it says receive. So open yourself up to receive. It's all here for you right now. Just be open to the clarity. Okay. And so this week, the self-care card that is going to help you the most get through this kind of tower stuff that's going on, clear your energy. It's beautiful. And you do that. It says refill your energy and reclaim your power. We saw all of that in this Phoenix energy on these cards, right? They're all being reborn from that storm. And one of the best ways to clear your energy is sound. I sometimes just listen to running water, or sometimes I'll just listen to the birds singing, like really tune in. Smoke is also a really great way, and salt. Those three things are a great way to clear your energy field. Salt's a little messy, so I do sound. But yeah, this week is going to be all about you getting the clarity that you have been asking for. Try not to resist it. Be open to it. It might sting a little bit. It might, because the challenge was the Knight of Cups, and he's all about feelings. So it's not gonna feel that great, probably, but it's gonna get you through, and you're gonna be reborn from it. You're literally gonna be reborn from the storm.
Love it.
Okay, yeah. So I hope that helped you guys. Oh, and kindness for sure at the bottom of the deck. I always love the bottom of the deck because that's the number one thing that is gonna keep you in your center.
Love it.
Take care of each other.
What a wonderful way to finish off. So thank you ever so much. Before we do, Alicia has just commented, she's saying, thank you. It feels so far from where I feel it feels so far from where I feel I am. So it keeps my hopes up. Thank you ever so much, Lucy, and maybe possibly, like I said, come back next week. And
let's keep chipping away at it, because you're really surrounded by a really beautiful energy, and it could literally just be your perspective of what's going on. And I'll be here. I'll be here to help you kind of chip away at it. Because remember, we're not becoming something else. We're getting rid of all the stuff we became to this point so that we can be who we really are.
Yeah, we're stepping into our power, but to do that, we've got to get rid of all the gunk.
Take all the crap we put on all the way on the way.
All those, as I call all those layers, all that bloody onion shit, peel back.
Oh man, yeah, and it seems to be endless, but you do get to the onion eventually. And you're still going to be trimming, but at that point you're so onion that that all that stuff was just layers.
So thank you ever so much, and thank you everyone for joining in, for Alicia, for Christine, for Mary, and for anyone else who, like I said, watching us or comes on the replay. Come and join us.
Oh yes, and if you guys do catch the replay and didn't get to ask your question, feel free to drop it in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions as well.
Thank you.
I'm here to help, guys. I love you. I really do.
Really appreciate it, and we will see everyone same time next week.